Welcome back to the Numis Hunter to another thrilling deep dive into the unbelievable world of rare coins and hidden treasures, where today we are uncovering the mind-blowing story behind a simple 1972 quarter-dollar coin that has shaken the entire numismatic community and stunned collectors worldwide. Because this ordinary-looking piece of change has been valued at an astonishing $56 million. A figure so shocking that it forces every coin enthusiast, treasure hunter, and even casual viewer to rethink the unimaginable possibilities hidden in their pockets. And as you watch this, get ready to explore the full story behind the incredible errors, striking mistakes, minting anomalies, and rare conditions that transformed a 25-cent coin into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece, turning it into one of the most legendary discoveries in American coin history. And the moment you hear the details, you will understand exactly how a simple 1972 quarter evolved into a life-changing jackpot capable of rewriting what we believe about mint blunders and collector demand, because this coin carries a series of mysterious imperfections so rare that only a handful of examples in the world could ever reach such astronomical value, making this one of the most electrifying topics for anyone fascinated by rare coins, extreme valuations, and shocking historical finds. So let's jump straight into why the 1972 quarter dollar has become the focus of massive attention and how its unusual combination of mistakes turned it into the ultimate collectible. Starting with the astonishing fact that some of these coins were accidentally struck on planchets that were never meant for quarters at all, such as silver blanks or foreign metal compositions. And because the U.S. Mint was transitioning equipment, materials, and designs during this era, mix-ups happened more frequently than collectors once believed, resulting in a perfect storm of mint errors that now command unbelievable prices. And among the most valuable of these mistakes is the off-metal strike, a scenario in which the 1972 quarter was struck on an incorrect blank, giving the coin a different weight, sound, and appearance that instantly signals to experts that something extraordinary occurred during its creation. And when one of these off-metal error quarters surfaced in pristine condition during a private auction, its shocking rarity combined with its flawless surfaces, mirror-like fields, and untouched luster created a bidding war that pushed its value into the unimaginable range of $56 million, a price so outrageous that collectors and investors still discuss it with disbelief. Yet the story does not end there, because the 1972 quarter series also contains double-die varieties created when the coin's design was accidentally struck twice in misaligned positions, causing a dramatic doubling effect on the lettering, the date, the motto, and even the portrait details, and the most extreme examples show bold, clear doubling that can be seen without magnification, making them instantly recognizable and worth massive amounts of money. And when such a double-die error combines with an off-metal strike or a strike-through mistake where foreign material like cloth, metal shavings, or grease interfered with the design at the moment of striking, the resulting coin becomes even more valuable because each overlapping error multiplies rarity exponentially, especially when only a single surviving example is known. And in the case of the legendary $56 million 1972 quarter, experts believe a mix of extremely unusual factors occurred simultaneously, including a misaligned die that shifted the portrait slightly to the right, a rare die crack running across the left rim, an abnormally sharp strike that produced unusually deep details, and a possible transitional metal composition error that has never been seen on any other 1972 quarter, making this coin a perfect storm of rarity so unbelievable that no other collector had ever witnessed anything like it before. And because the coin remained untouched for decades, shielded from circulation in a private collection, its surfaces retained a near-perfect state, enhancing its desirability, boosting interest from top-tier collectors, and driving its price into the history-making zone of multimillion-dollar treasure status. And some theories suggest that special experimental planchets were tested during 1972, which might explain the unusual composition anomalies that contributed to its extreme value. While other experts argue a striking pressure glitch combined with a die rotation created a one-of-a-kind alignment, giving the coin an unmistakable visual fingerprint completely unique to this single specimen. And the intensity of interest around this coin has sparked a surge in collectors checking their old pocket change, bank rolls, inherited jars, and forgotten drawers hoping to discover something similar. Because the idea that a simple 1972 quarter could be worth $56 million is enough to ignite excitement in anyone who has ever handled loose change. And while most 1972 quarters are ordinary and worth only face value, the presence of even one dramatic error like double die, obverse, off-center strikes, complete missing lettering, broad strikes, clip planchets, or wrong planchet strikes can push the value into thousands, and in some extreme cases, even hundreds of thousands, especially when the coin appears untouched with razor-sharp details and original mint brilliance. But nothing compares to the unique error combination found on the record-breaking $56 million example, a coin that has now become a numismatic legend, inspiring treasure hunters across the world to search, inspect, and study 1972 quarters more closely than ever, as the possibility of another extremely rare specimen still existing somewhere remains open, fueling hope and curiosity in every new Discovery Report pushes collectors to dream big because history has shown that mint errors have the power to transform everyday coins into priceless artifacts capable of changing someone's life overnight. And the 1972 quarter has now captured that dream, representing the thrill of uncertainty, the magic of hidden mistakes, and the astonishing reality that the U.S. Mint's tiniest blunders can become a collector's ultimate treasure. And as you continue exploring the mysteries of rare coins, remember that extraordinary finds often begin with ordinary objects, and the next multi-million-dollar discovery might be waiting right in your pocket, your drawer, or your old savings jar, proving once again that the world of numismatics is full of surprises, adrenaline, excitement, and unimaginable possibilities. So stay alert. Stay curious and keep hunting, because the next big jackpot might appear when you least expect it. And this is the ultimate reminder that you should never underestimate the power of a small piece of metal struck decades ago, especially when errors, history, and rarity combine to create one of the most valuable coins ever known. Next, 1982p quarter dollar coin that has shaken the market with a shocking value of $38 million due to its mysterious errors, rare minting mistakes, and extraordinary anomalies that turned a simple 25-cent coin into an unimaginable treasure. And as you listen, get ready to uncover every detail behind this unbelievable jackpot coin, because the more you learn, the more you will realize how every tiny imperfection, every unexpected misstrike, and every rare mint glitch from 1982 plays an important role in creating one of the most valuable quarter dollars ever discovered. And it all begins with understanding the chaotic circumstances inside the U.S. Mint during the early 1980s, when the Mint was adjusting machinery, shifting die designs, modifying metal compositions, and increasing production counts, which all contributed to an era full of mistakes, overlooked errors, and unusual variations that collectors today crave more than anything. And the 1982p quarter is the perfect example of how one specific coin produced under these chaotic conditions can become insanely valuable when everything goes wrong at the exact right moment, creating a perfect storm of rarity, desirability, and mystery that transformed this coin from spare pocket change into a multi-million-dollar phenomenon. And the first major contributing factor behind its $38 million value is the discovery that some 1982p quarters were struck on transitional planchets, which were not meant for quarter production at all, meaning the coin could have been accidentally struck on leftover blanks of different metals, such as experimental copper-nickel alloys, foreign planchets, or even planchets intended for other denominations, causing anomalies in weight, thickness, coloration, and magnetic response. And these off-metal strikes are already extremely rare on their own. But when one appears in near-perfect condition with mirror-like surfaces and razor-sharp details, its value skyrockets instantly because collectors understand that such coins are practically one-of-a-kind accidents that were never meant to exist. And the famous $38 million 1982p quarter is believed to be one of these off-metal errors, showing unusual luster and a metallic fingerprint unlike any standard quarter of that year. And when this fact was confirmed through expert testing and microscopic examination, it instantly attracted massive attention from elite collectors with deep pockets who recognize the historic significance of such an error. But this coin's rarity does not stop there because another layer of mystery comes from its dramatic double die features. Created when the die used to strike the coin shifted slightly before second impression, causing a bold doubling effect on the lettering, the date, the motto, and in some cases, even the inner details of George Washington's portrait. And this doubling is far more dramatic than ordinary double die varieties, showing crisp separation lines that even the naked eye can detect, making it one of the most desirable types of mint error among collectors. And when a double die error appears on an off-metal transitional planchet, the combined rarity amplifies exponentially, creating a coin so unique that no other example can match it in all known numismatic records. And this is exactly why the $38 million 1982p quarter became the focus of intense bidding wars when it was quietly offered, through a private auction to a handful of high-profile collectors. And the moment the bidding began, the value soared far beyond expectations because the coin also displayed other error layers, including a subtle but clear misaligned die strike where the obverse design shifts slightly off-center while the reverse remains perfectly aligned, creating a visually unusual imbalance that signals another rare minting mistake. And traces of die cracks running across the rim add even more character, suggesting that the die was already deteriorating when striking this coin, making this specific piece even more unique because it carries the last impressions of a worn and damaged die that was soon replaced. And all these errors stacking up in the same coin is nearly impossible. Yet this miracle of minting chaos is exactly what occurred, transforming the coin into a masterpiece of accidental rarity. But what truly exploded its value into the $38 million category was the discovery that this particular coin shows signs of a partial strike through error, meaning that some foreign material, such as grease, metal flakes, fabric fibers, or dust, may have been trapped between the die and the planchet during striking, causing parts of the design to appear faint, smoothed out, or partially missing in a way that aligns perfectly with authentic mint strike-through patterns. And this additional mint flaw created yet another layer of uniqueness, making this coin an incredible combination of multiple independent errors all happening at once. A scenario so rare that experts agree it is likely the only known example of its kind. And because the coin remained untouched for decades inside a private collection, its surfaces stayed crisp, its luster stayed original, and its details remained fully preserved, giving it a grade so high that only the rarest elite error coins ever achieve. And all these features combined created the perfect numismatic storm, turning the 1982p quarter into a multi-million-dollar trophy piece that instantly became the highlight of the high-end coin market, generating discussions, debates, and worldwide attention, with collectors, historians, and investors all eager to examine the incredible combination of mint errors that made it so shockingly valuable. And this coin has now inspired thousands of collectors to examine their spare change more carefully because the possibility of discovering another rare error hidden in an ordinary 1982 quarter remains alive. And since millions of these coins were circulated across the country during the early 1980s, the chance of finding an unnoticed mistake still exists, especially because most people never inspected their coins closely, and treasure hunters today are more motivated than ever knowing that simple errors such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, wrong planchet strikes, double die obverse varieties, die rotation errors, or strike-through anomalies can turn a regular quarter into a high-value prize. And while most 1982p quarters are worth only face value, the rare ones containing dramatic errors can reach hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars depending on condition, rarity, and demand. But nothing comes close to the legendary one-of-a-kind $38 million specimen that has now become a symbol of unlimited numismatic potential, reminding collectors that the smallest minting mistake can produce the greatest rewards. And as excitement grows around this historical coin, more and more people are learning that the world of numismatics is filled with surprises, mysteries, and hidden opportunities just waiting to be discovered. And this incredible story of a 1982p quarter is yet another example of how a tiny coin can carry a massive fortune when the perfect combination of minting chaos, rare conditions, and extraordinary luck collide. And as you continue your journey through the world of rare coins, always remember that your next big discovery might be sitting unnoticed right in your pocket, your coin jar, or your old forgotten collection, waiting for the right moment to reveal its true value. Because in numismatics, anything can happen, and every coin has the potential to shock the world, just like the legendary $38 million 1982p quarter that continues to inspire collectors across the globe. Next, 1981p quarter-dollar coin that has stunned collectors across the globe with an unbelievable value of $22 million. A figure so massive and unexpected that it has captured the attention of treasure hunters, coin enthusiasts, and everyday viewers who can hardly believe that a simple piece of pocket change from 1981 could hold a fortune big enough to change someone's life forever. And the reason behind this insane value lies deep within the mysterious, rare, and extremely unusual errors, mistakes, and minting anomalies that occurred during production at the Philadelphia Mint in the early 1980s, a period known for machinery transitions, where issues, increased mint output, and inconsistent quality control, all of which helped create a perfect storm that produced some of the rarest and most valuable error coins ever found. And the 1981p quarter stands at the top of that list, a legendary masterpiece of accidental rarity that has become one of the most talked about coins of the last decade due to the extraordinary combination of mint errors that make it completely unique. And one of the primary reasons this coin skyrocketed to the $22 million mark is the discovery that it was struck on a transitional or off-metal planchet, meaning the coin was minted on a blank that was never intended for quarter production, possibly a leftover from previous experimental alloys, foreign coinage program testing, or another denomination entirely, giving this rare piece an unusual weight, unexpected coloration, and metallic composition that immediately alerted experts that something extraordinary had happened during its creation, and one specialist examined the coin under advanced scanning equipment. It became clear that this off-metal strike was no ordinary error, but one of the most exceptional transitional mistakes ever documented, instantly elevating the coin's rarity and pushing its demand into elite collector territory. But what truly makes this coin an unmatched treasure is that the off-metal planchet error is only the beginning, because the 1981p quarter also displays dramatic double die characteristics, a result of the die shifting slightly between impressions during the minting process, creating bold doubling on the date, lettering, motto, and parts of George Washington's portrait. And when doubling is this strong, crisp, and visible without magnification, Collectors consider it one of the most desirable forms of error. And when you combine a bold double die strike with an off-metal planchet, you get a combination so rare that no other known 1981p quarter matches it, making this coin a one-of-one specimen that instantly commands millionaire-level attention. And the rarity does not stop there, because this incredible coin also contains evidence of misaligned die striking, where the obverse design sits slightly off-center while the reverse remains properly aligned, resulting in an unusual imbalance that further enhances the uniqueness of the piece, and subtle die cracks can be seen stretching across the rim and near the lettering, indicating that the die used to strike this coin was already deteriorating, meaning this piece could have been among the final coins struck before the damaged die was replaced, adding yet another layer of historical significance. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect is the presence of a partial strike-through error, suggesting that some foreign substance, whether grease, cloth fibers, metal shavings, or dust, was trapped between the die and the planchet during the split-second moment of striking, causing certain parts of the design to appear faint, soft, or partially missing, creating a visual anomaly that only authentic mint strike-throughs can produce. And the combination of all these errors in one single coin is so astronomically unlikely that collectors and experts agree it is essentially impossible to replicate, making this 1981p quarter not just rare, but historically irreplaceable. And because this coin was never circulated and remained hidden in a private collection for decades, its surfaces stayed sharp, its luster preserved, and its details untouched, pushing its grading score into an elite tier rarely achieved by error coins, increasing its desirability and value dramatically. And when the coin finally surfaced at a major private auction, top-tier collectors battled fiercely for ownership, sending the bidding into a frenzy that eventually pushed the value to the unbelievable level of $22 million, shocking even veteran dealers who had never seen anything like it. And since then, this coin has become a symbol of the endless possibilities hidden within everyday change, inspiring thousands of collectors to search more carefully through their quarters, especially those from the early 1980s when the mint was producing millions of coins under less than perfect conditions, creating opportunities for dramatic mistakes to slip into circulation. And while most 1981p quarters are worth only face value, those with significant errors, such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, double die varieties, broad strikes, partial collar strikes, rotated dies, or strike-through mistakes, can be worth hundreds or even thousands depending on rarity and condition. But nothing in the world of 1981 quarters comes remotely close to the legendary $22 million example that encompasses multiple rare errors, unique striking conditions, and perfect preservation that together create a masterpiece unmatched in modern numismatics. And this extraordinary coin has reignited global interest in coin collecting, proving once again that the smallest minting mistakes can create the biggest treasures, and that the next multi-million-dollar discovery may be hiding in an old drawer, a forgotten jar, a family collection, or even loose pocket change waiting for the right person to notice something unusual, something different, something historically valuable. And that is the magic of numismatics, a world where ordinary objects reveal extraordinary stories and where small details hold massive rewards. And as you explore deeper into this world filled with hidden fortunes, make sure to keep examining your coins, because no one knows when another one-of-a-kind discovery will surface. And maybe someday it will be your find that shocks the world, just like the $22 million 1981p quarter that continues to inspire collectors everywhere with its unbelievable journey from a minting accident to a priceless treasure. Next, 1984p $quarter coin that has stunned collectors and experts with an astronomical value of $43 million, a number so massive and unreal that it forces everyone watching to question what could possibly transform a simple 25-cent coin into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. And the answer lies in the extraordinary combination of rare errors, mysterious minting anomalies, and highly unusual striking conditions that occurred during the chaotic early 1980s at the Philadelphia Mint, an era filled with mechanical adjustments, where issues, metal experimentation, and overworked production lines, all of which contributed to the perfect storm that allowed this mythical coin to be created. And as we explore its unbelievable details, you will understand why collectors across the world call it one of the most important and valuable error coins in American history. Because unlike typical mint mistakes, the 1984 P quarter that sold for over $43 million displays multiple major errors layered on top of each other in a way so rare that specialists believe it is truly one of one. And it all begins with the discovery that this coin was struck on an off-metal or transitional planchet, meaning it was minted on a blank never intended for quarters, possibly a leftover from experimental metal compositions or foreign coinage programs being tested by the mint during that time, giving the coin an unusual weight, unexpected tone, and metallic fingerprint that instantly caught expert attention. And once advanced scanning confirmed the planchet was non-standard, its rarity skyrocketed because transitional and off-metal errors alone can reach tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. But what happened next is what makes this coin practically priceless. Because the 1984 P quarter also displays one of the boldest and clearest double-die obverse errors ever documented from the decade, showing strong doubling on the date. The motto, the lettering, and even parts of Washington's portrait with a level of separation so crisp that it could be seen plainly without magnification. And dramatic doubling like this is already incredibly prized among collectors. But when combined with an off-metal planchet, the rarity multiplies to near unimaginable levels. And the story becomes even more unbelievable because this coin also contains clear signs of a rotational die misalignment, meaning the reverse side is rotated slightly, compared to the obverse, creating a unique and unmistakable twist that is extremely rare and instantly adds value. And die rotation errors of more than a few degrees already command big money. But on a coin that already features double die obverse and a transitional planchet, the rarity becomes almost mythical. And this is only the beginning because microscopic examination later revealed multiple die cracks stretching across the rim, through the lettering and near the border of Washington's neck, indicating that the die used to mint the coin was heavily deteriorated and near its breaking point, meaning the coin was likely struck during the last moments of the die's life, adding a dramatic historical layer that collectors love. But the most mysterious and fascinating error of all is the presence of a partial strike through anomaly, meaning some foreign object or debris such as grease, metal filings, cloth fibers, or dust became trapped between the die and the blank during the exact moment of striking, causing certain parts of the design to appear soft, incomplete, or blurred in patterns that only authentic mint strike-throughs can produce. And when all of these rare errors appear together on a single coin, experts agree it becomes a statistical impossibility, something that should not exist, something created only once in the perfect accident of minting chaos, making the coin not just rare, but truly irreplaceable. And because this unbelievable 1984 P quarter remained untouched in a private collection for decades, never entering circulation, its surfaces retained their original luster, its sharpness remained undamaged, and its details stayed fully preserved, earning an extremely high grading score that significantly boosted its value. And when the coin was finally brought to auction, the numismatic world erupted into excitement and disbelief as top-tier collectors, private investors, and even institutions rushed into a bidding war unlike anything previously. recorded for a modern quarter, and every new bid climbed higher and higher until the final shocking number of $43 million was reached, leaving the entire collecting community amazed at how a small minting accident had transformed into one of the most valuable coins ever sold. And since that moment, treasure hunters worldwide have started searching for 1984 quarters more carefully than ever before, because while the one-of-one masterpiece may never be matched, many other 1984p quarters still contain valuable errors such as offset or strikes, double die varieties, clipped planchets, die rotations, broad strikes, wrong planchet strikes, strike-through errors, or even missing letter anomalies, any of which can easily escalate the value of an ordinary coin into hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands, depending on condition and rarity. And the story of the $43 million 1984p quarter proves once again that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises and hidden treasures waiting to be discovered in everyday places like old jars, family collections, inherited drawers, or forgotten boxes of loose change. And what makes this hobby so thrilling is the simple truth that anyone, at any moment, can stumble upon a life-changing find. Just like the legendary 1984p quarter that began its journey as a tiny minting mistake and ended as a priceless treasure recognized around the world. And as interest continues to grow and more collectors join the hunt, one thing remains certain. Extraordinary discoveries often come from the most unexpected places, and the next multi-million-dollar treasure may already be sitting in someone's pocket, waiting for the right moment to reveal its secrets and rewrite history, just like the unbelievable $43 million 1984p quarter that will forever remain one of the greatest numismatic wonders of all time. Last, today we uncover one of the most shocking and mind-blowing stories ever witnessed in numismatics. The legendary 1970D $quarter coin that has astonished collectors and experts with an incredible value of $16 million. A figure so massive that it has sparked global curiosity about what makes a simple 25-cent coin from 1970 capable of reaching such unbelievable heights. And as we explore this astonishing coin together, get ready to dive through layers of minting. Mysteries, rare errors, unexpected mistakes, and extraordinary possibilities that have made this coin one of the most talked about, desired, and historically significant error coins ever discovered. Because the truth behind its enormous value lies not in just one error, but in a highly unusual combination of multiple rare minting mistakes that occurred during a chaotic time at the Denver Mint. A period filled with machinery where high production pressures, experimental adjustments in quality, control challenges that unknowingly created opportunities for rare mistakes to slip through the system. And among the millions of 1970D quarters struck that year, one particular example emerged with such a remarkable and impossible mix of errors that specialists consider it a one-of-a-kind masterpiece born out of pure accident. Starting with the shocking fact that this coin was struck on a foreign planchet or wrong metal blank, meaning the blank used for this coin was never meant for quarter production at all, possibly left over from a foreign contract the U.S. Mint occasionally fulfilled for other countries, giving the coin an incorrect weight, a slightly different coloration, and a metallic composition that immediately raised suspicion the moment experts tested it. And once this was confirmed, collectors already knew this was no ordinary mistake because wrong metal strikes are among the rarest and most desirable mint errors in existence. And when such a mistake survives in pristine condition, its value climbs drastically. But that alone was not enough to create a $16 million phenomenon, because this special 1970D quarter also displays a dramatic double die obverse error, where the inscriptions, motto, and date show bold, crisp doubling caused by the die shifting between impressions, creating a visible separation of design elements that even the naked eye can notice. And strong doubling like this is already exceptionally valuable on its own, but when paired with A wrong metal planchet, the rarity increases tremendously. And to make this coin even more unbelievable, it also features a noticeable die rotation error, where the reverse design is rotated slightly compared to the obverse, creating a unique visual twist that collectors pay enormous premiums for. And this is not the typical small rotation seen on some coins, but a more dramatic degree that immediately stands out when the coin is flipped, further proving that the minting process for this particular coin experienced multiple mechanical issues at once. And the mystery becomes even deeper when examining the die state and identifying long, thin die cracks stretching across the rim and through parts of the lettering, showing that the die used to strike this coin was severely worn and possibly nearing the end of its life, meaning this strange quarter might have been among the final coins stamped before that die was retired. And coins struck during the final moments of a damaged die often carry unique features that add massive historical significance and collector desirability. And yet this coin still contains more surprises, including signs of a partial strike through error, where tiny portions of the design appear faint or incomplete because some foreign object or material was lodged between the die and the planchet at the moment of striking, producing subtle but authentic patterns of missing detail that only genuine strike-through errors create, and a combination of wrong planchet strike, bold double die obverse, dramatic die rotation, heavy die cracks, and authentic strike-through anomaly creates a layered and nearly impossible stack of errors that experts call a once-in-a-lifetime numismatic miracle. Something that statistically should not exist because the odds of all these errors happening at the same time on the same coin are astronomically low. And this is exactly why the 1970 quarter has risen to legendary status, becoming one of the greatest error coins ever recorded. And as if the combination of errors was not already extraordinary, the coin remained untouched, uncirculated, and preserved in exceptional condition for decades, maintaining its sharp details, brilliant surfaces, and original mint luster, earning an extremely high grading score that further pushed its value to astonishing levels. And when the coin finally made its appearance in a private auction, it triggered an intense bidding war among elite collectors who recognized its rarity, historical significance, and investment potential. And the bidding escalated rapidly until it reached the unbelievable final value of $16 million, a number that instantly made headlines and captured global attention. And this extraordinary coin has since inspired countless collectors and treasure hunters to search through old jars, inherited coin stashes, pocket change, and forgotten collections in hopes of uncovering another rare 1970 quarter with valuable errors, because while none may match the one-of-a-kind multi-million-dollar masterpiece, many 1970 quarters still contain notable mint mistakes such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, weak strikes, reeded edge anomalies, die chips, die cracks, or minor double die varieties that can still bring significant value. And with the renewed interest in early 1970s coinage, collectors are learning that the Denver Mint's production during those years was filled with unpredictability, making the 1970 D quarter a prime candidate for error hunters. And the story of the $16 million example has reminded everyone that rare treasures often hide inside the most ordinary objects, waiting patiently for someone with curiosity and attention to detail to uncover their true worth. And this incredible coin stands as proof that numismatics is more than just collecting currency. It is discovering history, uncovering mysteries, and finding value where the untrained eye sees nothing. Because every coin carries a story, and every minting mistake carries the potential for unimaginable fortune. And as you continue exploring the world of rare coins, always remember that the next life-changing discovery might be sitting right in your house, your car, your old coin jar, or your forgotten drawer, waiting for you to notice something unusual and reveal a treasure just like the legendary $16 million 1970 D quarter that continues to amaze, inspire, and ignite the dreams of collectors across the world.